Okay, we may be back. Apparently, as I thank you for following me, Strawberry Marshmallow, if you're still there. It looks like I may have crashed the moment that happened. Um, I don't know why. I'll have to investigate that. But we're back now, so let's see if we can stay back. Alright, which means you have to start this cutscene again, but I didn't have to voice act it. And in the meantime, I was able to refresh my coffee, so thank you at least for that.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I'm Ayrmic, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphinaud Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Ser Ayrmic. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all.
Oops.
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ysayle do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Ser Ayrmic, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
You're the reason everybody says astrologians. It's astrologian.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
Welcome, Hell. Welcome. Knocked. And let's put those beppies on. And I can't do that here. Alright, you'll be running around with your skinny legs showing for a little bit, Gale. Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Hauchefant and find out what he has learned. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then, as quickly as they appeared, they were gone. 'Twould be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Haurchefant said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Gale. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. Oh, wait, let me talk. Not Ifrit. It takes but one pair of loose lips. I shall remain in Camp Dragonhead for now. Should you learn aught of interest, pray return at once. My men are conducting their own investigation at present. Follow the road south towards Mordona, and you shall find them in the wagon in due time. And you never have anything important to say. Perhaps. Knocking over the food. Getting feathers everywhere. Chocobos are well-trained birds. They wait till they're outside, I'm sure. I always hated that there wasn't like it looks like it should be the road continuing, but that's just the river. I want that road. Like here's a road. I feel a kitty on my foot. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Lord Haurchefant bid you speak with us? Then you must be... Beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nary a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measures, even. Whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier to just steal it, though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own hidden away off. But pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis naught but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care at the observatorium could tell you something more factual, that is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. Okay, back to the observatorium. Hi, Wolf. Is there still a kitty under my... Oh, there she is. There she is for some pets. I got her tail. I got her tail. probably... Can I go in here? Yes, but you're not in here. Let's try the other door first before I climb up the stairs, because I'm pretty sure there's nothing up those stairs. Nope, up the stairs we go. Let's zoom in. All the way over there, huh? Is there a door here? There is. And there's a person inside. I was wrong. It's up the stairs. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as, lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought. Some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear. Then she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek, and then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but took a blow to the head, and by the time I came to, the others were dead and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't. I mean, they'd have killed me, so I just lay still and listened. And you're getting loves. You're getting loves. Rub my chin, Mom. Iceheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. 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 Meow meow. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Oh, that made you stand up. You like me singing to you in meow meows? Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. That's more. Ah, you returned. What news have you for us? It seems the Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with bread. Blood. Bread? Bread? Am I hungry? Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion, Master Alphinaud? Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who'd lay down with dragons. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian inscription so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Haurchefant, what was the caravan's cargo? If I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva, as a beast tribe would a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Haurchefant, would you agree that discretion is of paramount concern? Of course. So I can move this so you have more surface to work with there, girl. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphinaud. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is given. I would need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I'm sure you would not miss this for the world. are all about needing the pets there, girl. The persistent attacks on our caravans seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind the attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Gale, pray join me at Whitebrim Front. Since the incident in Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which might help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Gillemont should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there, then. Good. I swear I heard a notification from my phone, but I'm just going nuts. More chocobo feet on the war map. Oh, you're happy. You're happy. Yes, you're getting scritches. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, oh. Oops. Trying to do this one-handed doesn't work. One hand for the kitty, one hand for the chocobo. Mom, you stopped. Why did you stop? Just so you know, my men have already started to arrive. Captain Ilbert always keeps a few braves at the ready in case of emergencies. Commander Leyu's assessment is most troubling. If Key is correct, Iceheart now poses a threat to Ishgard at large. By what means do these heretics travel so quickly? We must know, or our every attempt to apprehend them will be doomed to fail. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join the hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Gillemont. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak, the self-same frozen wall which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirm our suspicions. I have heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to Whitebrim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. 'Twould be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Ser Ayrmic. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration. Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Yeah, you still want loves. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler means by which we can take the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Gillemont has one in mind? My eye itches. Yes, yes. Excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done. Bacon bread! Bacon bread! It seems as though we're always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the selfsame results. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Gale. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, and as the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in the future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in White Rim Front. There were some to have found to have committed certain minor transgressions. We identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights in the Crystal Blaze, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Ser Gentremont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. That's true. That is how Lord Inquisitor Guillaume came in, was through that entrance. That's how I found it. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Alright, let's do some sneaky. I do know, Cal, that if I'm to hit my 11 quest quota, I will be going into Snowcloak. Nope, he went through the southwest, or the southwest gate. He did not go through the eastern gate. He walked out the main door. But then headed east. Could have gone out the eastern door. I'm watching you. The suspected heretic follows the road east. So why didn't he go out the eastern door? Because he didn't know about it. Don't mind me, I'm just standing behind this tree, looking at the chinchillas. Yes, the chinchillas. The suspected heretic heading south. Dude, you're not going towards Snowcloak. You're going towards Boulder Downs. No, we're gonna fight you in Danafin's Pass, is that it? I love how they make it like you have to look hard in here as opposed to giving you the exact location. Because this is so hard to find. Hey, hey, where in the seven hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here. I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. Your sole duty is to the... bloody echo? Lower your voice or they'll hear us in White Brim Front. Yes, of course. The Temple Knights are in Snowcloak. That is what you bring me to me? We already knew about our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels dead before they know what's happening. Nevertheless, if you waste my time again, is that a clear? I'm gonna sneak in through... I'm gonna go the wrong way. No, that's the right way. I'm gonna sneak in through the eastern door. Or pretty soon I'll just be able to go fly and land in there. That's another thing about the posterity of doing this before a patch. I have to walk everywhere. No flying. Well, did your investigations bear fruit? I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. Yet the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation, and confident that they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. We have long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse in highlands undetected. Given what you have overheard, I feel that Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Durandare knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage from the presence of so storied a warrior. Pray, rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Helone is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Hi, Mooglebutt! Show them no mercy, Gale. The lives of our allies are at stake. Where am I going? Okay, into the actual corrupted crystals. left. What do we have here? Discovered on the body of a slain heretic, this yellowing document is covered in a complex code of seemingly random letters and numbers. Well, that's not helpful to me. I can't read it. One thing's for sure. Kurthus, Realm Reborn, definitely gets you prepared for placement or poor placement of Aetherites in Heavensward areas. I think only Ruby Sea and Stormblood is a big pain in the ass of where Aetherites are. Everything else is fairly balanced. And even Tempest is okay. Let's go the back way. My knight sent no word of your coming, Gale. What has happened? What is that in your hand? By the Fury, those were veterans with years of service. And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No, we have not the men to spare, not now, not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager they are on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretic something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a times table of the guardsman's watches at an outpost in Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course, it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Durandare must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. Time is of the essence, Gale. When my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them naught if they are cut down ere their swords are drawn, but all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Ser Ayrmic everything we have discovered. I'll run really fast. I can't fly. I hope that's okay. Of course, I don't think the line would have the same impact. Run really fast, you fools! Ser Ayrmic, he's over there. Have words with the man if you must. We shall speak anon. Gods bless whoever designed this uniform. I would have frozen to death by now if it weren't for this greatcoat. We are at a disadvantage here. We should linger no longer than necessary. How could any man hope to tunnel through ice this thick? It would be work of years. Gale, this is a welcome surprise. Perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Levieux been informed? The Braves must be made aware. He told me to talk to you first. It must be here, I am certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it, this is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is! Come here, girl. That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Yda. There will certainly be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Levieux! There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrance to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that is not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Yes, if only Elise could see Alphinaud at his greatest. She'd put him in his place like that. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We're going in. A moment, Alphinaud. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting there for us. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we entered the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. It's a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. Ahem. Change of plans. While we rendezvous with Ser Ayrmic and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or Papalimo will sulk. Wanna come, Gale? Or, I am Gale. Kel? The entrance to the tunnel, sir? It's just over here. Had we not seen the heretics? Snowcloak. Breaking the surface, we would never have noticed it. Per Ser Ayrmic's order, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. Snowcloak now accessible. Alrighty. No more burrows on this one. And I promise not to stand in the wind. Ah, that's the type of queue that I like. None of this waiting 15 minutes as a tank. Cal, thank you. Helps make up for my crash, too. Alright, that food didn't get eaten. Let me try again. Off we go! Follow the newbie! remember the mechanics of this fight being a bitch. Not anymore. And dead. Yeah, try to keep everybody out of the wind. Time for the Yeti! This is a fun mechanic. Oops. I turned it the wrong way. Alright, we got some good snowballs at the ready. Yay! Oh, okay, good. I didn't get that one. Oops. Let's get out of the way of that one. Make some more snowballs. Or just kill it! Pass and everything. I don't want any of that stuff. guys got the glacier. Calm down. Come on. Big guy. No screaming. I said no screaming. Now finger the apostate. Puppy! Alright, here we go. Are we even gonna get to do the mechanic? This is going down pretty fast. There we go. Ow! Well, done! We haven't done a dungeon in a while. Been all primals. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. They all left me already? Cutscene.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Ysayle, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost. In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good. For Eorzea, for Hydaelyn.
Oh look, an aetheryte. That might be important. That took longer than I expected. Actually, it didn't. That went really quick. What news, Gale? Those two chocobos are having fun with each other. So, Iceheart is but a pseudonym, not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for the fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised, Gale, we may yet turn the situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow scions have not been idle. Menphilia and Urianger have been busy perusing the archives of House Forton, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to the cold. See, she puts a coat on. You wear the same outfit. Do you note the difference? Antecedent. You have come to us straight from the archives of House Forton. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Would that it had. Urianger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with the dragon, the gravest of all sins according to the Ishgardian faith. Yet, in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Forton. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to the endless war serves the greater good. I think Ser Ayrmic might take issue with her methods. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Ser Ayrmic. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that your enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the wit of Helone that your ancestors came to this land, where they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? Those that... Oh, the fact that Yoshi P knew for so long makes me so happy and love this game that much more. There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will, that unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era, and Scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more. That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait in the negotiating table, to be sure, less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman, of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Mogulmog XII, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplicants of the Mughals' Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation, who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their belief. If that's not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Minfilia. They have them both in abundance. Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the aetherite Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another aetherite, somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second aetherite, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can presume she has it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Garlean may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. While Minfilia looks into our aetherite problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly despite our numbers. Kurthus is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart followers, the sooner we can press them for their leaders' whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you in case you were not aware. Good. I knew you would understand. Ysayle can apprise you of the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatorium. Captain Ilbert and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in this investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. There you are, Gale. Commander Levieux instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the Third hail from Ul'dah, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand. Nary a moment ago I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Danafin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. Off to Danafin's Pass. That's not quite in Danafin's Pass. Balls, my ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Danafin Pass. Hurry, and you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. The snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-dip. Do, 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 do. They like to hide in the corrupted crystals. Okay, I'm looking. I'm searching for the sparkling prince. The tracks lead southeast. Yeah, I didn't think you'd follow me all the way over here. Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. There was a great scaled beast and... Ysayle? I think think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. Okay, I'll kill this Biast while that person does what I'm about to do, so we don't get each other's way. There we go. Well, thanks, dude. How embarrassing! I was so intent on following the heretics' track that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest, and lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be lading. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. I am through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those bluecoats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Well, stay with him then if you think you'll fare any better. Okay. Now, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland, sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I have done no wrong. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you want, we shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the arts of interrogation. Damn it all. Fancy meeting you here, Gale. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither? What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Ugiri and Herr Shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Alphinaud is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for this spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is a most generous offer, Lady Ugiri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Gale, let us wait inside for Captain Ilbert to return and deliver his report. I would expect no less of a ninja. You walked that way, but this is the way in. I think I finish up this one, and then I have 2 more, and that'll be 11. And then we can 11 quests, and then we can call it for today and do the next 11, which will take us past Dreams of Ice next week. And hopefully, in the meantime, I'll figure out what my technical problems were and not have that again, because I'd like to not crash every time I get a follower. Captain Ilberd seemed confident that the merchant's resolves would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I should consider it fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods knows we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. Captain Ilberd, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You recall the Flames we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a Flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring the needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlements. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Forton. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least, but what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider, then, that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Raubhan's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames' establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked and remained above suspicion all these years. Aye, I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Gul'daz was ever the more valuable to infiltration, more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsen, Luminsen, and Gredanian had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership, only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Gul'daz's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Raubhan faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, in giving the present nation pressing nature of Imperial threat, that mean recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier then than now, aye. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, 'twas not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had Nell Van Darnus's ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Raubhan with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Ahem. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Ser Ayrmic informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Gale. As the realm's stoutest champion, it's only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. I don't really feel like I need Nymphelia's permission to do what I want. Upon the honor of the Crystal Braves, I swear that I shall not rest until the Ivy is unmasked in chains. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Nymphelia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternative route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go ahead on to Gridania and in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nafika's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. Okay. Unlike Raubhan, politics is not my cup of tea. While you and the commander attend the council, I will attend some business of my own. My thanks for coming, Gale. When ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. She will show us the Lotus Stand. Yeah, I know how to get there. And she's not silent, because she talks. The Alliance leaders await you at the Lotus Stand. Will you be joining them now?
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
Varys.
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
I
Would
wouldn't
that the
do that.
Garlean Empire had died with him.
Don't spit at Solus. You'll regret it.
"'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
Oh, you're the grandson of Solus. Okay.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
I don't consider Varus that young. He's got an adult son.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartano dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
Especially when you just invited her to that little council. It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite the protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of a resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust among the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little and less to the common folk. Take the Luminsons, for instance. Though Admiral Merwib outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nature as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Uldan scored as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Uldan society, Tilegi Edgelegi, for example. But that is beside the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartanu is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing. Let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate has lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, Gale. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest, and he will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Kurthus, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Aetherite. Aetherite Plaza. Wrap this one up, do the next one, and then that'll be it for today. Gridania's lush abundance never ceases to delight me. 'Tis a far cry from the barren deserts of Ul'dah. My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Eileen Royer, Raubhan's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with the polearm had to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest-ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. Whence he formed the Grand Company, Raubhan chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The monetarists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. 'Twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the alliance. Yet the monetarists did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Royer was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the monetarists? But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Roy's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Raubhan attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being here in Gardania, yet she is here nonetheless on some pretense. She is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames' records for evidence of Ray's guilt, but if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks, every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? You have my thanks. Let us go, then, and take care not to alert our quarry. Ray headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate, with me, Scion. So, Ray has entered the Garlean canopy. Meeting someone, perchance? Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray, look for her within. If she is not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. Alphinaud is her name. I shall remain here in case Ray appears. Oh, not upstairs. I don't see her down here. Gale Fairheart! Such an unexpected pleasure! What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant! No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger, and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. I did not mean to take out my sword, or my axe. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you are sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out either. Where in the seven hells could she have gone? The roost! How could I forget? Ralgor, strike me down for a fool. I will search the premises. While I do that, I need you to speak with the men I posted at the 3 main gates and the pier. Find out whether there has been any suspicious activity, and then meet me at the Aetheroid Plaza. Nothing to report at this gate, sir. No one resembling the suspect has been seen here, sir. No, sir. The suspect didn't come this way. Given how little traffic passes through this gate, I would have noticed if she tried to slip by. I say, nobody ever comes down here. I don't ever go that way. Suspect? Haven't seen her. Best check with one of the others. No, sir. A few Elysian women did leave on the last ferry, but none of them matched the suspect's description. Back to Ilberd, and then I can go about my day. This is a good place to stop too, right next to the Aetherite. Well, have there been any sightings? Damn it all, I turned the roost upside down, but Bruet was nowhere to be found. The innkeeper told me she had availed herself of a room, but no one saw her leave. She has donned some manner of disguise, of that there can be no doubt. But as to where she has gone... Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some moon-dewy tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait, that necklace. You are a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Thank you, Ninja! Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Rie would have disappeared without a trace. And none of those are mine, so take the money. And with that, we call it a day. We had some technical difficulty, but we made it. We finished. We got our quota of quests in, and now we can call it a day. So thank you so much for watching and sticking around, and we will be back next Sunday to find out if we can find the Ivy and stop Ysayle from summoning Shiva. So, thank you very much, and have a good day.